let's talk about current affairs. The Zionist regime and its allies claim that Israel is merely responding to the terrorist attack carried out on October 7th, 2023. Do you consider Hamas a terrorist group, or do you at least agree with applying the term terrorist to the actions of that day?
I would start by saying that I think that what the Hamas did on the 7th of October was a terrorist attack combined with a guerrilla attack. I mean, I distinguish between attacking a military base that is an occupying army and what the horrible things that they did to the civilian population, which I fully condemn. I have no hesitation in doing it. But I think that action itself does not turn the Hamas into a terrorist organization. It was a terror attack, but a lot of anti-colonialist movement in the past, including the ANC,
including Jewish and Zionist groups.
Zionist groups themselves, of course, used terror, unfortunately, and the colonial power or the oppressing power usually uses much more terror than the anti-regime power. So terror, unfortunately, is a weapon used by both sides in order to achieve their political objectives. And we need to change these definitions in our Wikipedias and encyclopedia. The definition is very interesting. People say terrorism is the use of force in order to achieve political objectives, but not in the case of states. This is ridiculous. The state has more power than any group in the world to use terror. And the historical examples are about it. So let's go back to Hamas. So I think in that respect, we should also remember that quite a few of the respectful anti-colonialist movement did things that we condemned in the past. In July 1962, the FLN, the Algerian National Movement, massacred hundreds of families of French settlers in Oran. Nobody justified it, but nobody said that because of this, the struggle of the FLN to end the French occupation is not justified. So I think we're in a similar space here, historically. We have now what is really difficult, I think, for people in the West, maybe even in the global South, is to understand that in the Arab world, always, liberation movement had three major elements: the left, the center, and the Islamic groups. And when the left and the center are not delivering, are not successful, people give chance to the more Islamic groups. So Hamas is very popular not because most of the people there believe in what the Hamas believes as an ideology, but because they feel that the other factions are not delivering, are not fighting enough. In fact, some of them are collaborating with Israel. So this is what we have. We have here a liberation movement that did an awful thing on the 7th of October, but we have to understand the context. And the context is that this was done as a response for 77 years of dispossession, an ongoing catastrophe, as the Palestinians say it, and particularly for more than 17 years of inhuman, barbaric siege on the people of the West, of the Gaza Strip. Half of the population of the Gaza Strip is under 21. The only reality they know is to live in the ghetto that Israel created, the ghetto that was 3 times before 2023 bombed from the air by F-16, by tanks, by Navy ships. This is a young society traumatized by living in a situation I think even some population in the Second World War did not experience. So it doesn't justify, but it explains a lot the outrage and the kind of thing that happened on the 7th of October.